Browsing the internet, you could not know that it has its own rules. And each rule is an experience created with mistakes or successes of some anonymous users on the internet. And at one point in time, greatest minds sat together and decided to create a full comprehensible list of wisdom that users will be able to follow. Some wisdom for the new user that just opened it for the first time. Like the number 0 that says, don't fuck with cats. Or number 37 that says you can't divide by 0 just because calculator says so. Not a lot of people know about all of them, but a lot of them knows the main rule, the one rule to rule them all. Rule number 34. If it exists, there is porn of it. No exceptions. And of course, such a profound statement created a whole culture, a whole website where you can find literally anything. There's porn with a Risha sticker from some Russian social network from Vkontakte. Some socioeconomic issues like relationships of Russia and America through lens of Russian, I suppose. I don't know, to be honest. Sneakers? You love sneakers, right? Not anymore. What about a WhatsApp? Right. People would fuck everything nowadays. And if you think that's only guys, there's a guy WhatsApp too. There's no sexism in this place. For sure. But how do I even know all this? It's because I've downloaded all of it. So the first question is how to get the data and what to get. And I thought that there's some data set somewhere on the internet, but no one really shared it for some reason. But our dear friends on Rule34.XXX, they have an API. API basically allows us to take info about text, comments, posts, and deleted images. And the funniest and the easiest one for us right now will be tags, for sure. I think you already seen games like higher or lower based on Rule34 from some streamers. Why did we do this? And it's where the data comes from, but no one shares it. Until now. It's our data now. You can get this data set on my Kaggle, sorry, I can change my username there, or GitHub. There's also a Jupyter notebook for this research. I'll link everything in the description here, so don't worry about it. And I would love to download all info about posts, but it's a lot of info, this number of API requests. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. If this video will get enough traction, I promise that I will do this. But we'll research commentaries, deleted images, each post individually, and etc. But now we have to figure out how to download info at least about our text. So how did I extract everything? First, we have to come to the Rule34 website with our hands on the table. But to be honest, I don't know how to find API without Google. It's hidden somewhere on their interface. I just googled it. So we go to API Rule34.XXX, and yes, I know that there's Pahil and it's an original Rule34 Pahil that I don't remember even, but I don't care since they have only tags with characters and it will be much more fun to play around with general and metadata tags. So we read 46 lines of documentation, that's quite a lot, and starting to understand how fucked we are since it sends only 1000 texts per batch, so per one request. So we have to ping them I don't know how much. So we create an estimator, the thing that sends requests to check if we will get a successful answer that contains something. And here I see that you are bored. So here's the Roblox parkour playthrough for you. So we've got 1248 requests. Sending them one by one, we've spent a lot of time. So we moved it into different file for you to run it yourself if you want to re-download all the data. So let's check the most popular characters that we have, and I've got some random shit that I didn't know. And I know for a fact that most popular thing is not some unknown shit, it's Pokemon. It's My Little Pony, and you don't want to know how I got this knowledge. So here I've got to change something. But then holidays came and I've started to quit smoking. So I had no time for all of this. I've been in my own in my own space, But then when I came back, I've decided to rerun, and for some reason it just worked. So please explain to me this Rules 34. I demand legal action for my stress because but yeah, I've got all the data now. As I said, you could download it on my Kaggle or GitHub if you wanted for some reason, I don't know. Also, a script for re-downloading all of the data from Rules 34. So we went through the boring stuff. Congratulations. Let's focus on something more interesting, yeah? Sadly, we have a lot of data, but not a lot of it. I know it sounds stupid, but trust me. We have a lot of text for sure, but you will get what I mean. For example, can you guess the most popular tag? 3, 2, 1, it's female. Sadly, it's not about being original, but being statistically correct. Then we have breasts, male, penis. I don't know how to pronounce penis. Shit. What's interesting here? For some reason, a lot of them are like blushing. Yeah, 3.2 million out of 9.6 million females are blushing. But we will discuss this error in our statistical evidence a little bit later. Also, based on tags, only 3.4 millions are nude. And it's not true, trust me. That's why you can't just read tables, you have to understand them. But let's build a portrait of some character that's popular on Rule 34. Yeah, based on this, everyone loves nude anthro females with long hair, big breasts and thick thighs, looking at viewer that has male with her, as I understand, and a penis, or if she has one, or a male has one. I see you futa lovers on the back, you are just somewhere in these statistics. But okay, as we've seen, most of them are from general type, yeah? And as you can see, there's nothing really special. Of course, general will be the top one, second one is metadata, and the last one is an artist. Because there's much less artists than characters, for example, it's fully understandable. So, which character is the most popular? I'm in love with your language for some reason, but I just can't comprehend it sometimes. So, which character is the most popular? Who has the crown in this championship? Is it Sonic and Mario, our beloved main characters? But sadly no, it's furry. Sadly no, it's furry. First places are divided between Pokemons and original characters, but it's not single character, it's a group of them. The first real character on Rule 34 is Nami from One Piece! Second place goes to Tifa Lockhart. For some reason people really love her. Third place is Princess Peach from Mario, and that's understandable. But the further we go, darker places we see. Fourth place, Rouge the Bat. I know that you loved that alt girl when you were a little boy that loved Sonic, but please, move from that face. Please, okay? Fifth place, Hinata from Naruto. That's a respectable choice. That's the person you should go instead of Rouge the Bat. I know she's a little bit boring, but still. And then we're coming back to this. Amy Rose for some reason, Robloxy and Gardevoir. What are they doing there? Here, there, Luna. But Sakura is fully understandable, yeah? Raven, just move from these alt girls, please. I'm asking you, please. They will destroy your life, trust me. And don't ask me how I know this. Funniest part for sure is Uzumaki Naruto. The first boy on the top here. Basically, if we will skip Lucario, yeah, Furry doesn't count. No one listens to Furry, so sorry about it. Second boy is Sonic for some reason. Why? Okay, let's relax a little bit, right? Which artists? Let's speak about artists. I don't know any artists, so this will be fast. At least I'm telling you that I don't know any artists. But just trust me. I'm not lying. I see no reason to lie here. So, of course, top places are reserved by some kind of groups. For example, artist requests, unknown artists. But what about all other artists? Try to guess. Like, this is AI. A lot of these top artists are guys that generate Rule 34. It's not something impressive, but here we can see how much of them they are. How much, you know. But this will be even faster about general text, just because it almost copies our first graph, as you can see. Because, yeah, nothing much, but our portrait of the person representing Rule 34, we can add the fact that you should smile for some reason. The saddest part for the most of you is that there's no futanary tag. I know you freaks. I don't understand the popularity, but these fans will kill you for the passion for girls with them. That world. Anime was a mistake. And as you can see, further we go, the less we get. And this is usual for almost any data analysis job, sadly. And it's not an ad, I promise, even if it sounds like it, right? Because basically you can get 80% of info from 20% of work. You should remember it and ask yourself, doing any research, not only in data, but about basically anything, is this info enough for me here? Don't lose your time. Just let me do this for you, because I love digging some random shit up. But since we've got a little bit deeper, right? We've found some gold. Copyright. Which copyright is bigger on Rule34? Which company produces the most fuckable characters? Make your bets in the comments. Right now, pause this video and bet on Kalshi or some other prediction market. 3, 2, 1. The first place is reserved by none other than Nintendo! Second place is a separate company, My Little Pony! Third place, of course, your favorite, Disney! Okay, what I didn't expect is the fact that mythology will be in our top for some reason, because gods are really popular in Rule34. I didn't even want to discuss which gods, because in my country I could be imprisoned for it. Then of course Naruto, League, Sonic. Okay, hear me out. I've been researching this as a child, as a little boy, as a little like buff, airing, a little bit, not a little bit, like a little. You've been in some weird shit too. Don't lie to me. But now, right now, at this point in my life, I see this as a threat to society, because it's scary. The most interesting fact is that Nami surpasses everyone, but as a sum, One Piece is much lower than Naruto series. And such examples you can see all over the place if you will compare like these two graphs, right? Someone in a group can perform much better than anyone else, but the group itself could be worse than all the other ones. And let's come back to the boring stuff, metadata. First thing we see, AI lives much less than Rule34 by themselves, but already their website is flooded by AI-generated content. And I'm sure that most of that content hasn't been even tagged properly, so it's only part of the problem, right? Also, for some reason, people love to use text on their images, and there seems much more censored images than uncensored one, right? And this is one of the biases working with such data. You have to understand how all of this collected. When you post your artwork, you have to use text. But if you didn't have any censorship on your image, should you use an uncensored tag for some reason on it? You will not use it, I'm sure of it, because you've never censored your image. So why should you tag it as uncensored right now? And this is how you should look on any data, on any research on the internet. How's data collected? Does it encapsulate everything you need? Because here we would think that most of the website is censored based on this data, but if we will sum all of these tags, we will not get all of the images. Most of them will not have a tag at all. And that means that this thought that we've had is probably basically incorrect. Because if you will sum censored and uncensored images, you will not get all images on a website. Yeah, right. Okay, let's get back to the data. For some reason, here we have a lot of tag me, which seems like promo method of some kind. We can see that there's been so much images in 2025 that it's even gotten our top of metadata tags. The only year that's gotten there, and I've checked the data, trust me, there's like 2024, 2023, and etc. But all of them a little bit lower. And the last interesting thing, we could think that there's much more 3D than 2D based on these tags. But to be honest, we already discussed it. 2D is standard for Rule34, and 3D is not. So 3D will be used almost in an image that is rendered in some kind of 3D software. And 2D will be used mostly only in situations where original character is 3D model, like Overwatch, for example, right? I've wanted to do some more research, but it's a lot of time already. And my Goon Sesh is scheduled in 15 minutes from now. So please, leave a like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, What kind of research would you like to see? Because that's what I want to do in my own videos right now, because it's funny. And see ya.